New York City, the capital of the world, a cultural melting pot of style and substance, and the best basketball on the planet. If you're doing anything including playing basketball in NYC, then the world is watching. NYC consists of the 5 boroughs. But when it comes to basketball, there's only 4. My home of Brooklyn, the borough of Queens, the boogie down Bronx, and home of the only Renaissance in America, Harlem. Staten Island is out, and Harlem, not Manhattan, is a borough when it comes to basketball. Journey with us as we travel to these 4 boroughs. Meet players, families, but most of all, meet the competition. See what it takes to be a baller in the greatest city in the world and playing basketball's greatest battle, the Battle of the Boroughs.
I'm basically Queens, New York, Jamaica, New York. I grew up in South Jamaica, 40 Projects. That's my neighborhood. Where we at right now is just a tough area, period. You gotta just hold your own in everything you do. So you gotta be a tough kid in New York, period. It's a basketball court on every block. So everybody's playing basketball no matter what. No matter whether it's the 40-year-old guys from down the block playing with us or the 11-year-old kids from across the street playing with us. Everybody's playing basketball, so no matter where you grew up at, you always got a basketball in your hand.
You know, being from Brooklyn, a lot of people say Brooklyn, you know, it's the toughest, you know, where the strongest people live. So, you know, I just want to make sure that everyone still remembers that and knows that playing for the Brooklyn team is an honor.
Bronx, shit, we go hard. It's a will to win.
People tell me, you make it, we make it. You put the Conquest Village on the map. I'm working on it, I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it, we all right.
Come on. You know, Harlem, you know, a lot of good players came out here. It's a lot of hype behind Harlem. We just all play hard. And you know, Harlem, I think we got the most swag, but we just gonna put it out all on the court.
Harlem, home of the world-famous Rucker Park. You can name a borough or street legend, they've all played here. There is no place in the world like Harlem. It's Harlem, baby. And if you don't know that, you better ask somebody.
Get in front of them. Make them. If you want to get a name, you got to come to Harlem to get a name. You come every game, you see the crowd. So you got to do what you got to do to represent and stay in Harlem and come in here and get a name for yourself.
Best type of player for Harlem is a flashy type player, a player with a lot of confidence, a player that plays for the crowd but plays to win all the time and play hard, because Harlem is a borough of flashiness and people making money and people just doing great things.
What kind of player represents Harlem? A player with a lot of heart, a player that wants to win. You know, that they know when we get on that court, when me and him step on that court, they know that we going out there to win the game, and the team that we playing against wants to beat that team that Mouse is coaching, because we're from Harlem.
Brooklyn's in the house, my home and birthplace of Carmelo Anthony and Michael Jordan. What? Brooklyn doesn't pull no punches or take no shorts. It's the Republic of Brooklyn, baby.
I breathe, sleep, and eat basketball. We don't let nobody come to our borough, try to thug us out. This is our town, so we here.
You know, when you talk about basketball, you talk about Brooklyn, the Mecca. And everybody comes to Brooklyn and says, now you enter into Mecca, and that's Brooklyn. Our number 2 or 3 ball player in Brooklyn is number 1 everywhere else in every other borough.
I think the kind of player that represents Brooklyn is a tough, gritty guy that plays with a chip on his shoulder. Like, he has a bunch of obstacles ahead of him, and he has to get over those obstacles to succeed.
I mean, Brooklyn, you gotta be hungry, only the strong survive in Brooklyn. It's a lot of people and it's a little bit out there. So, you know, you gotta really go get it.
I don't know if they can handle that pressure.
Queens spawned NBA players such as Kenny Anderson, Mark Jackson, Lamar Odom. They keep a low profile, but they definitely put their heart and soul in the game.
I look for players that play hard. What I'm really looking for, who can run which sets, who can do what, just to get a bunch of players to play hard, get a feel for some of the players in case we see who can do what, and go from there.
You gotta want the ball, you gotta die for the ball, you gotta hustle for the ball.
You gonna get this shit right. Point guards come, you stop right here, and you even make a goddamn play for somebody else.
Queens, we have a lot of utility players, I should say. Players that can dominate games without scoring or you know, do certain things to help you win games.
Rebounds, take care of the basketball, wins games.
What Brooklyn do as soon as you get the ball, they're gonna tell you what color drawers you got.
Queens is up there at the top of a lot of things. We have the #2 assist leader in NBA history, Mark Jackson. We have the most active NBA pros in the NBA coming from the borough of Queens.
Today, I was just looking for kids that are hungry, that want to be out there and want to be a part of something big.
The Boogie Down Bronx, home of the greatest sports team in the world, the New York Yankees. You can't live in this city and not play to win. And if you're from the BX, walking by Yankee Stadium every day, you know that all too well.
Tough, hard-nosed player represent the Bronx, you know, come from a tough background. A lot of Bronx kids come from a tough background, and they try to make it out, the best way they can, so they play hard-nosed and tough and gritty.
Good job. Make a layup, Anthony. Good job.
I grew up out here. I told you, everybody like me out here. I'm good over here. I'm great. I'm cool. Stay above the influence. I mean, I try to give people advice. I mean, I be outside, so I know what it's like out here.
Part of me ensuring that they didn't go outside and get caught up in the wrong things, it was basketball, so I would enroll them in different activities, chess, basketball. I tried to keep them, you know, give them different experiences so that they could be very open-minded.
Growing up in these streets, really, my mom, she don't know a lot about basketball, so I done heard it all and seen it all before. So now I know if I could just make a decision by myself, I know what's right from wrong.
Being a single mom is not easy, but I try to handle all the time, no matter what. Well, you gotta be a model to give them a good advice and the way they can correct themselves all the time, depend on themselves.
Like my mom, she was taking care of all of us, so as I got older, I just real mature, and I knew that she couldn't do it on her own. And then like, I just knew like basketball was a real gift for me. If it was a gift, I had to use it.